You can't get a better price. Or can you? If you were able to get a single wish answered and add one more feature to your phone, what would it be? Would it be, how about if you could open your garage door with it? I know that's what I was thinking. And wasn't that what you were thinking? Well, actually, that's what Darren Kitchen was thinking. He's actually turned his phone into a garage door opener. Darren, you're a nut. You're a madman. You're crazy. You're crazy. Actually, you told me before, though, that you can also use this as a TV remote control.
Yes, actually.
So is that part of the same thing?
Well, that's part of the same thing, in fact. Okay, so...
So what kind of phone do I have to have?
Sure, any cell phone that's got a web browser built in.
Okay.
Okay? And this is really an extension of kind of a hack that I did on the show last time, which was, you know, I wanted to be able to control my video podcasts that I watch on television on my cell phone.
Which is so cool. So Darren gets home, puts his feet up, and with his cell phone, he doesn't have to go over to the TV. He does the whole thing, right?
Right.
Off of the browser.
And then I can watch my favorite shows like Command and Lab Rats and everything.
Right. Was this stuff you rolled your own, or did you...
Exactly. Rolled my own
you
just
did it
using
yourself.
PHP and Apache.
See, he's a programmer.
So, actually, this isn't to control my garage door. This is to control my lights.
Why did it say garage door?
I don't know. I didn't write it.
I saw you laughing. And I thought, but you could control your garage door. There's no reason why you couldn't.
Okay, so what we're using here is some X10 technology, and Apache, and some scripts. So
X10, we've all seen the pop-under ads for X10. We don't like to support them, but frankly, this is the best way to do it, right?
It's a great way to do it. In fact, X10 is really kind of like a standard. So in fact, this is a Radio Shack,
it's not from
or
X10.
you can get it from, you know, Powerhouse or a couple other different brands. But this is a TM751 receiver unit. And then to go along with that, I have right here a CM, what is this? A CM17A transmitter module.
So this has a serial port on it.
Right, and that plugs into your computer. Okay. And then using Apache and some PHP and a little program, we're able to control our lights over the web. And if we can control it over the web, we have a web browser on our cell phone.
Is this how the guy, I think this is how the guy did those amazing Christmas lights display that he did.
No, that was a sham.
Oh,
you didn't hear about that?
Man. No, there was one last year that was real. It was to the music.
That's
was that cool? But I don't think he was doing that from the web. You're right. The one control from the web was a sham. He pretended, and everybody believed him.
So here it is. If we look at my screen here, I've written a little PHP script, which I'll have in the show notes, and I've got the Vegas light here to demonstrate that I can...
So he's clicked it, and it turned it off. Look at that.
So I can turn the light on and off.
Now, I think you're going to need a split screen for this, because you've got to see the website, but you also have to see the Vegas sign. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the Las Vegas sign and web browser, it's amazing what technology can do at the same time. Hold on, it's taking a while. We've got the hamsters in the control room are spinning as fast as they can. Here we go. Here's the Las Vegas. See, look at this. Okay, so there's the web page on the left. Look at that. That's so close. It's really slick. Now, you said Apache, but that's just because you're running a web server on
the computer that's hosting it. So this is hosting it at my house, but I'm actually hosting this one here to demonstrate. Now, if I look at my cell phone, this is the one that's at my house, and as you can see...
Oh, you can actually do your house.
Yeah, I'll let you hold that. And that's...
So this is your actual working system.
Right. This is actually the system at home, and now I can control my lights at home. But like any good programmer, I kind of got the itch of feature creep and started adding some things to it.
Garage door, baby. You got to add the garage door next.
Well, what's next is what's next is the webcam.
Oh yeah, well that
and
makes
that's
sense.
why you can see this picture down here, and that's what this webcam is for.
So just for people who want to do some programming, how hard is it to talk to these X10 units? Do they have kind of pretty standard interface?
I use this little program down here, light.exe, and then using some parameters, I can tell that to turn on and off.
Command line.
Exactly. So what the programming is doing is just sending system calls to the computer, and that will then talk to the program and talk to the lights. And I'm using the same thing to control not only the lights and the webcam, but I decided I was sitting down and I was
There's more?
Oh yeah, dude, I wanted to watch my IPTV shows and I wanted to control my lights and see the webcam, but I also wanted to listen to the stereo.
Right.
So I added this feature where I can click on, I can come home on my cell phone, hit the party mix, and then all of a sudden
that's
music
so cool.
starts playing.
You got chill out and you got party.
Yeah, and then using the web interface, I can change the song and pause and rewind and all that fun stuff.
You're
and that's
interfacing
going
that to Winamp.
right through Winamp over the internet on the cell phone. So
it's such a nerd.
Hey, I prefer the term geek.
Geek, okay, you're right. All right. Darren Kitchen is a geek. And you know what? I bet you by the time he gets back, the garage door will be opening and closing as well. Currently the producer and co-host of a fantastic, highly recommended do-it-yourself tech vidcast we all affectionately known as Hak5 at hak5.org. Watch out for that new little server because it's going to get you. To learn more about what he showed you and, in fact, get the source code and all the stuff you need, go to callforhelptv.com. And if you